are watching Morning Bytes, presented by Publish Industry India and brought to you by Star Engineers and Grun Mobility.
Good morning and welcome back to Morning Bytes, your premier source for industry news. Presented by Publish Industry India and brought to you by Star Engineers and Grun Mobility. I am Anushka Wani, digital editor for Efficient Manufacturing magazine. I am here to navigate through the complexities with industrial and business landscape with today's key headlines. Joining us, as always, Dr. Anil Lamba, financial literacy activist and author of the best-selling book, Romancing the Balance Sheet.
If you know how to read balance sheets, it will come to your aid on numerous occasions. For example, in your business life, you bump into a potential customer. And the customer says, I can give you a very, very large order. But your normal policy is to give 30 days credit. I want 300 days credit. Should you say yes or no? Should you say no only because 300 days sounds unreasonably long, inordinately long, and in the process lose a very big order? But on the other hand, if you say yes to the wrong kind of a company, you'll never recover your money. If you knew how to read a balance sheet, you would take a more sensible decision, a wiser decision. In your personal life, somebody comes to you, says, give me your life savings and I'll give you some ridiculous 80-90% interest per annum. Should you say no only because the interest sounds too good to be true and in the process lose a once-in-a-lifetime offer? But on the other hand, if you say yes to the wrong kind of a person, you'll never see your money again. Read the balance sheet. Who's making the offer? How many people used to come selling to us at one time? Timeshares. And so many people lost money. And along the way came Mahindra Holidays. The whole scenario changed. Read the balance sheet. Who's asking for it? You go to a bank to ask for a loan. The banker says, bring your balance sheet.
Thank you, Dr. Anil Lamba, for sharing your valuable insights on financial management. Let's dive into today's top stories from the industrial world. Today's episode packs a punch with insights into significant advancement and strategic investments shaping our manufacturing landscape. First up, a groundbreaking report from Coilers has spotlighted the Indian manufacturing sector's ambitious march towards $1 trillion valuation by 2025 to 2026 fiscal year.
With Gujarat leading as the nation's manufacturing powerhouse, followed closely by Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, the surge is driven by increased capital investments and a rise in mergers and acquisitions. Currently, the manufacturing gross value added stands impressively at $110.48 billion just in the first quarter of FY24.
With sectors like the automotive, electronics and textile ramping up investments and supported by the robust infrastructure, the industry is projected to expand by 21% in the next 6 to 7 years, contributing around 17% to the GDP. Next, we have exciting news from Siemens India. They have announced a substantial commitment of around 100 crore rupees aimed at expanding their manufacturing facilities over the next 2 years.
This investment includes a significant 23% expansion of their gas-insulated switchgear factory in Goa. The planned expansions are set to increase their production capacity substantially, allowing them to produce thousands of feeders and panels, boosting their operational capabilities and market reach.
On the international front, Mark Mobius, chairman of Mobius Emerging Opportunities Funds, has voiced optimism about India's potential in tech innovations and manufacturing.
He pointed out that reducing bureaucracy could further attract manufacturers from global giants like China and the US, signaling strong future growth driven by foreign investment under the Modi government's initiatives.
And finally, a story of homegrown success. Ajax Engineering has just set a new benchmark as the first Indian manufacturer to export slip-form pavers.
These are specialized heavy concrete equipment pieces, crucial for large-scale infrastructure projects. With this move, Ajax not only showcases indigenous innovation, but also aligns perfectly with the Make in India, Made for the World vision, currently exporting to over 45 countries.
All these developments, it is clear that India's manufacturing and tech sectors are not just growing, they are thriving and evolving into global contenders. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in to Morning Bytes. Don't forget to subscribe and join us next week.
You are watching Morning Bytes, presented by Publish Industry India and brought to you by Star Engineers and Grun Mobility.